Well, hi, good morning, friends, everybody. All 12 signs, you're all invited to watch this. In this, I'm going to call number two in a brand new series. I actually put part one out last week without knowing it was actually going to be part one in the series, and I'll explain that. Last week, I put out a reading called The Emperor and the Empress, the Crow. Well, that is actually going to be the first in a summer series. I'm just going to call it the summer series. I've had a lot of animal encounters in the past 2 weeks, ever since the crow. Let me explain the way my morning has gone. Catch you guys up. I got up this morning, and again, I got up. I made my coffee as I usually do, went about my day, and I normally grab a deck of cards. I like to warm up before I start my private readings. Well, today is my monthly mental health day. I like to take one or two a month, but it's been a little busy, so today I'm finally getting caught up because, as you know, I had to take some time off recently because of an accident where I, did a lot of physical damage to my old withering body. Well, this morning, while I was fetching a cup of that coffee, I looked out onto the same wire where my crow friend met with me last week. And it was a dove, a male dove, a gray one. He had a beautiful pink ring around his neck. Now, if any of you know what kind of a dove this is, send me an email, let me know. His mate, who I noticed came and joined him while we were kind of having a silent discussion, he and I, and she came, fetched him. They both flew away. Then she came back around again and sat on the wire and kind of gave me a look. And I thought it was kind of funny because I almost felt like she was challenging me as a female energy in some way. And I thought that was pretty peculiar. But then, and I knew at that point, okay, I have to talk about this one again. I just jokingly remarked to myself, as I do a lot, gee, the next thing you know, the crow is going to show up. And what do you know? He buzzed right past my ear. I saw him through my window, out the corner of my eye, and he did a complete circle around my windows. He just went from one room to the next, and he just did a complete 180 around my house here. And I thought that was a little bit synchronized. And so I said, now, I really do have to do a reading on this. So you know what? I do need a series for the summer. I had been thinking about it. What was I going to do to change it up, to change the conversation? We've got a whole summer in front of us here in the States. Overseas, you're having your winter, my sympathies. But it's cold here, too. We're experiencing weird weather challenges. It's really been something. All those flat earth people are still denying that we're damaging our earth. Okay, well, that's just my opinion. I like Mother Nature. I think we need to save her. But, boy, we're in challenging times right now. And so we're going to look at the doves. Now, another note that I want to make, since we're talking about nature, and we're talking about our friends, I also had an encounter. And I don't research these things. I don't know what these animal presents have anything to do with me. I don't look at them. I go off of the messages that I get. through whatever channel wants to come through. Now, this couple, as I was watching them interact with me and the wire, and then I noticed underneath the drain pipe across the way on the building, I'm going to try to get some film footage on a good day. They've built a nest. Now I'm trying to see if they've already laid their eggs, what they're doing. Now I want to say the female, the one that's all gray, she is building the nest. I'm pretty sure she's the female. I think the males are the ones that have the more underlying reddish tones and a ring around the neck, and I don't know what that means, but they're really pretty little lovers, and they've built themselves a nest. Now, the one that's all gray, which I'm interpreting as the female, because she has far less colorings and markings as the male. She is building the nest. She comes, she goes. I'm watching what they're doing under there, and it looks like a pretty good sized nest that they've built for themselves under there. I don't know what this couple is trying to deliver, at least on this one occasion. But I'm going to try to observe them and whatever other animal activity I encounter. Now, last week, I also had another exchange, but this was a centipede. Those I am not happy to see them. So I very carefully picked him up with a tissue and carried him all the way downstairs and outside. But he safely made it. I don't want him in my apartment. I'm not a big fan of bugs. Lizards I can stand. I can even get close to a snake. But rodents, no. And bugs, no. I will encounter with them from afar. So, all right. Plus, I stepped on a hornet's nest once. That was about, about 12 years ago, 13 years ago. Stung the hell out of my foot. Yeah, I was off my foot for about 2 weeks. I couldn't feel anything. So, yeah, I've been through it. All right, are we ready to talk about this? Wow, okay. Well, there are messages coming through. And I don't know if we want to talk about the Emperor and the Empress in connection to this. We have to see who turns up. But we have the Seven of Cups. It's about, now this is a card that wants to connect the Seven of Cups to debauchery, which I don't know if that's really what the Seven of Cups means. It can mean confusion by many. You know, have you ever heard of the Bacchanal? It's kind of a sinful encounter. You know, it's all based around food and wine and sex. And that's where this word is connected from, I think. I don't know if I see that this is about someone who is dealing with many underlying issues. But when we talk about debauchery connected to love, this could be someone who not only has issues with sexual addiction, but it can get bigger and deeper, and the underlying effect of all of that Are we having an effect on our family? Is someone having an effect on their world? Because there are too many opportunities presented to someone who really does not need to go there. This is someone who probably has underlying issues of some kind where almost inappropriate actions are being displayed. So we've got a confusion. We're just going to call that the card of confusion. But to me, it almost talks about more. The Princess of Pentacles can be talking about an earth sign. The Six of Swords, moving away. The Four of Wands. What are we moving towards? That's the real question we want to ask with the Six of Swords. Exactly where are we going? This talks about the science, but for me, it's the science of the emotion. It's the combination. It feels very much almost like a temperance type energy going on here, where we've got the need for security, along with chemistry, movement, fire. We've got fire and air and earth and water so far. So now we've got all four of the elements at work, at play here. Now we have more wands. We've got Two of Wands. This is talking about dominion, your place on earth, protecting what it is that is yours, what you've worked hard for, maybe your home. Maybe some of you are having to move away from a home that you worked hard for, that you had to strive for, that you put a lot of yourself into. With the Five of Wands next to the Five of Swords, there's defeat, there's struggle over a place, over a home. Now our pair is coming into play now, and I see why, very clearly, why the Crow is here too, because he's here to represent an entity that is being threatening to this couple's home. And maybe in the situation for you, someone represented in this situation by the Crow, maybe a financial institution or your landlord, maybe money itself, but we have a struggle, a feeling of real defeat, and it's affecting our home. It's affecting this thing that you've built. And it's actually talking about possibly having to move away from that. But I feel very much it's connected to someone who maybe has been reckless with money, with finances, because it's talking very much, like my friends the Dove out there, to the sanctity and the security of the home. Now we have the 10 of the major arcana, which is called the Wheel of Fortune, here with the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. There actually is a new beginning coming, and I do think it comes in the form of a new place, a new home. Maybe it's just a new place of the heart, but this is a new beginning at your foundation, a new beginning of the home. It is either connected to destiny, prophecy. It can talk about good fortune. So now I do want to say that the Two of Swords here talks about peace. To me, it's finding peace, after a period of struggle. We've got two people here, maybe even fighting one another and feeling very defeated within this union. Yeah, there's defeat in a union. On one hand, it's affecting the home. It is tied to karmic destiny for some of you, possibly. There feels like maybe some mishandling of money. And maybe that's why we're starting all over again. Maybe you've lost everything, or you're on the verge of losing everything. And you need to find a new home because maybe the crow is coming to invade your nest and steal your eggs. And maybe it's because of someone's misbehavior, maybe even misbehavior with money, finances, but it's affecting the home and it's causing a move. But with this card here, it calls for peace. It's inner peace to me. Let's see what this is all about. The King of Pentacles. Damn it, it's about the security of the home. It's deeply connected to a situation that was your karma, your destiny. But the moon stepped in and interfered. The things that were hidden, the lies, the revealing of the unknown. Water can represent healing, but within time. The moon is all about divine timing. It's that dependable cycle that you know is there every day. But here, it's connected to this struggle. There's a bit of unknown, a bit of secrecy maybe, around this forced new beginning. This is all about the struggle to start new, to start fresh. And I do think it's connected to someone's defeat financially. It may have been a financial failure of some kind. Now we have the Temperance. There's the Temperance. Why is the Temperance card here, though? Why are we dealing with the Temperance card here? I really need to know what Temperance is doing here. Temperance is all about the chemistry, the balance, all of the elements coming together to create the perfect scenario. And some of you may be faced with an actual physical move. That too is about divine timing, but it feels to me this may be a situation where you're already being faced with the move, or you already have moved on. But for those of you who are actually moving on, either alone or remaining within this struggle as a couple, first of all, number one, you got to know it's your destiny. If you're moving on still with this person, it right now is your karma playing out. The end comes with divine timing, and the end comes with a new beginning. Here with the Ace of Pentacles. It's a brand new start, but we know you've struggled to get to that point. And at some point, you're actually looking at really moving. Now, the special message for some of you here is the fact that some of you may be moving near water, by water, around water. I see a lot of water surrounding someone, which can just be talking about the quality of the emotion that's going on in the situation. But the balance, the harmony is good. The protection is absolutely there. the complete balance between the male and the female. That harmony is here. You may actually find that you are more creatively influenced within the situation. See, I was wrong. I was thinking that this reading was going to be far more emotional than it actually is. If you're facing a struggle and you know that for some reason or another you're being asked to make a move from one place to another, just know that you're being protected. It feels actually like a far more secure place in this world. Again, divine timing is absolutely in play here. Now, I'm getting the number 16 or the number 7, which is where it reduces to, with the Temperance. And that 7 right there is going to talk to me maybe July. July is when some of you may start to feel this energy of movement. You already know if it's due to someone's careless behavior. That's where we're going to put the 7 of Cups. If you are suffering a loss because of someone's carelessness, because of a foolish movement on someone's part, whether it was women, drugs, money, gambling, and drinking. Drinking isn't, it's the gambling. It's the gambling that sacrifices the home. That's what we're asking ourselves here. What is it that causes us to lose our home? It's bigger than just having a beer, having a 6-pack at night. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than the drunk falling asleep in a pool of his own, waste. This is someone who has maybe gambled away the family fortune. This is someone who's changed the family fortune because of their careless acts. This can be on all levels. It can be on financial levels. It can also be very much the annihilation of a love relationship or a romantic connection because someone went out and had one too many affairs. Male, female, I don't care. Well, who do I see here? I see the only person that's really here is the King of Pentacles, and that can represent an actual person, earth sign, and his mate is here. And again, that speaks to the home no matter what sign you are. It speaks to the foundation. It speaks to where you come from and where you go every day. And if someone's behavior was that reckless where you lost everything, you're going to have to work your way through it. It's going to take time. I see almost between 7 and 10 months here initially to get things really going. Okay. Number 1, we have the card of change, physical change. If you notice, this old car is loaded to the max with furniture and it's getting ready to move. So here we've got movement, absolutely. Now we're connecting that to someone's reckless behavior. We also have a brand new path for someone to follow. We also have the card of despair, which talks about maybe the financial ruin that this situation may have left you or someone you know in this situation. We have the journey, the trip away. It can be mentally, absolutely, if you're stuck in one place, if you're still waiting for the change. Take a journey of the mind. Take a departure, not drug or alcohol induced, please. Take some time to do a journey of the soul. Some of you may be reflecting on this relationship you're in. This talks about the courtship. So for some of you, you notice, if this is you, you're talking about a partner, a devoted partner, even a spouse, a legal spouse. That person's behavior has left you concerned. This person's behavior has left you maybe in a quandary. How did you get here? You worked so hard for so many years. How did you get here? What was it maybe that you missed? What was it maybe that you should have seen? Or maybe what was it that other person was hiding so well? You had expectations, deep, sincerely, just anticipating something different than what it was that you finally got. And you're reflecting maybe on the past and looking at your life, maybe wondering, how did I get here? Why am I at this place in my life? And where do I go now? It's all here, that there is a better future once you get past the struggle, the feeling of defeat. Your life starts to change. It starts to flow. And the karma, again, changes from bad to good. We've got the new beginning. We've got this feeling of inner peace. Such inner peace that we can hold swords next to our head and not feel like we're going to cut our own necks off. I mean, we've really got this more harmonious feeling within, but there is the defeat and the struggle to go from one situation into another. Poverty. A sense that, so many of us have actually been here, where we, I think there is a large understanding of poverty and what it means to each individual. For some of you, it wasn't really so much the physical loss, but the loss of the relationship and maybe a need that was not fulfilled within a marriage, within a situation. Now, we do have information that does leave us concerned. We have it here with a male and a female energy. We both have these messages of concern that leave us wondering, again, how did I get here? Was it karmic destiny? Was it meant that I travel this road to get here? Now we have a mature man. I don't know who that is or what he represents to you. He may be a helping hand that helps assist you to a new place. He can also represent a father figure, a grandfather, a more mature individual, even a female with a very strong, mastering, commanding kind of demeanor that is of assistance in one way. And it can lastly really talk about the length of a situation that you've been in. You know, if you've been in a situation for 20 years, imagine how old this person feels. Some of you are facing a judge right now, connected to this splitting of two lives, where one person was careless or one person had betrayed the situation in one way or another, and now you're facing the judge. Oh, my poor dove family. Okay. Now, I don't even know what this means, and I'm just going to say that this is an interloper into the mix here. She may be a troublemaker for some of you, the privileged lady. Or again, this could be the mature man's mate. Again, if she's here, look at her face. I don't think she's here for any good at all. If this is for you a situation where there was an outsider, I like to call her the interloper. And if there was an interloper in your romantic situation, within your marriage, I think for some of you, she was there for no good. And that's probably, for some of you, the reason why your situation is where it is. Oh, but look, this is where I like to leave these things. The leaving behind of the situation is a gift. It's a gesture from spirit that the rest of this picture looks hopeful for whoever this is. And now I'm just going to take a few quick clarifications. If there need to be any clarifications, they need to be shown now. The Hangman. Patiently waiting. You may be in, right now you may be patiently waiting. The Ten of Wands. Releasing that which you no longer want in your life, the burden. Letting it go. And the Queen of Wands, going after what it is you desire. For some of you, you're leaving behind a ridiculously hard period. It feels like someone got forced out of their home by someone's behavior. There was a deep betrayal on a couple. If this is about a couple, there was a really serious betrayal. And there may have been a period of time where you thought about moving on, where you saved to move on. And the opportunity showed itself, and you took that divine time and you moved on. You moved on, and now you're finding a more harmonious place in this world. If you haven't already experienced this, for some of you, it's coming. There was hardship and maybe an interloper. There's been concern over someone's, what I feel, incredibly harmful behavior. And it's brought someone to a place where they needed a new home, yes. But that whole process that was so difficult to go through, that whole process that was so hard to take, is now leading you to a place where you're going to leave all of that hardship behind. The patience is a reward because you will be able to go after what it is that you want. Okay. Well, now we know that the tower comes down. At some point, the tower comes down. And all of that comes to an end. And what we have here is the actual striving and bringing it to our lives, the passion, the desire, the drive to create the life that you want to be, and the opportunity to be happy in a new situation. So I think the changes coming through for some of you, very much about going after what is going to make you happy now. Maybe you've been married once, twice, 3 times, and each time is a disaster. And there's always an outsider who's partially at fault for the breakup of what you think is a really good thing. Maybe you're going through it again, and maybe you're tired of going through it. So you decide, you know what? I'm going to love myself. I'm going to create my life now. Mommy has paid her dues. And I'm going to create my life the way I want it. Daddy's fought the good fight. Now he's going to have a life. And I think some of you are going through that right now. Just deciding that, you know what? The only person in this life who's going to make me happy is me, and going after it and taking every opportunity to embrace it and see where it goes. You never know how successful some of you are going to be. Some of you are going to go through some struggles and some upheavals, and some of you are just going to have a nice nest, but sooner or later that dove with the pink ring around his neck can take off and follow another dove. Somebody who's got a fresh nest. Somebody with brand new eggs. Yeah, I think that may be the message coming through. So, on that note, I'm going to leave that at that. I'm not sure what message our doves really had for us other than maybe sooner or later, that ringneck dove is going to possibly take off and pursue another pigeon. Okay, the quails, I'm done with them. Now, if you want a reading meant just for you, that was fun. If you want a reading, well, it may not be fun for you if you're going through it. And so my best wishes to all of you who might be going through it. I have to laugh because I can resonate with this. If you want a reading meant just for you, reach out to me. If you want to look at my Vimeo collection, whole bunch of energy videos, love videos at my Vimeo link down below. Oh, I got to give my face, my mouth a mental health day now. I go in silence for the rest of the day. Thank you, everyone. My goodwill, my peace. Watch for these, the summer series here and there as we go through the next few months. And so here we go. Next animal sighting, I'll be back with another video. And until the next time, thanks a lot, guys. Be well and peace.